Welcome, Nana fam, to the next episode of a recorded live stream of the behind the scenes of Grandma's Gaming Guides. This was a live stream recorded while filming the Grandma's Gaming Guides for the Legend of Zelda-Breath of the Wild. I hope you enjoy. Subscribe to see more. Like and comment on your favorite part. Good morning. Let's see who's here. Marissa, good morning. How are you? Marissa, did everyone come back to work, or are we still doing three people's jobs? Okay. Mysterio, hey, howdy, hey. Hi, Kraken, hi, Hope. Your hat? Your hat? Typo. Gotta love typo. Your hat. Hope is hat. I knew you meant here. Everyone is back. Thankfully, you're taking a half day today to go to the casino with your grandparents. How fun! Oh, I hope you had a wonderful time with your grandparents. Okay, yeah, I gotta set this. Hang on. I gotta put my phone volume down all the way. Okay. So that's not beeping. Wish you luck. I know. Good luck. What do you do? Do you have a specific, like, are you a machine? Are you a machine gal? I used to play blackjack. 21. I had two pretty good wins in my life too. Two pretty good wins. Kraken, yeah, that was a long time ago. That was because the clock app put a new setting on, and it took me a few days to get the setting turned off, where it was bleeping every other word. You play slots. Oh, nice, Marissa. I never had any luck on slots. I used to play blackjack. And once in South Lake Tahoe and once in Las Vegas, I won pretty big. Kraken, why do you keep bringing up things that we've talked about so many times? We've been through that. It will not do that again. You once won 2 jackpots in one day, $2,300 total. Okay, yeah, you got me beat, Marissa. My highest win was $750. But I started with 11. So that was pretty good. Started with 11 and turned it into 750. But yeah, if you won 2,300, it's got me beat. So, good luck. Oh my gosh, 2 jackpots. Bill, hey Bill, how are you? Last time you went to play her last $5 in a machine and she won $1,400 on it. Oh my goodness. You got 650 on a cruise on a 75-cent play, Mysterio. Nice. I won 150 back in the early 90s. $150. That was a lot of money back then. And then the 750 was, I gotta think, like about 2000. It was 2000, 2001. Hey, Ann, when I won the 750 in Las Vegas. A big win. Yeah, a big win right now would be helpful for your move coming up in 280 something days. Okay, so today we're filming getting the paraglider, and we'll see how that goes. If that you haven't updated the countdown, she's not at home. We'll see how that goes. If that doesn't take that long, we might start on the Koroks today. I've realized what I need to do is film a bit, and then when I get to a point where I'm like going to start moving or to like a new section, every time I get to a potential break, I need to stop for a few seconds and hold perfectly still and then keep going. and find, like, every time there's a good place where I could cut tracks together, is stop and hold. And if I don't need to track together, I can cut out that second or two. But that'll make it easier to piece. I started editing number 5. Oh my gosh, that one I was having such a hard time on Tuesday filming. That one's going to take a bit to edit. I started editing it. But I realized the hard part is when I do mess up, I just kind of keep going. And it's fluid. And so then when I mess up, it's hard to pick up. So I thought if I just find every time I like enter a new area or end like a kind of conversation to start a new conversation, just stop and take a notice of where it's at, so that I can cut it together. And if I have to cut out a second, if it goes good, it's okay. So that's something I need to do, start doing. Of course, I still have to watch my nows. Hey, Katie, lurking at work. I'm lurking and working and lurking and working. So fun. So fun. Well, I'm glad I'm background noise for you, Katie. They let you leave at 10 today. Nice. Nice. Now if I can just get my eyes to stop watering from these allergies. Oh, you have another meeting. Okay. Well, when it gets done, hopefully you'll be able to log back on. Hopefully we'll still be at it. Hopefully we'll still be at it. Hopefully I do better today than I did the other day. Oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But yeah, and I also got to check out a few things. I'm going to film a little bit to get to the Temple of Time, and then I want to test a few things out. So we're going to run through something a couple of times. Because I don't remember if you don't pray first, if he actually takes the orbs. So I got to find that out for sure before I talk about that. So we're going to get close to down there. And then we're going to mess around a bit, and then we'll film. So, but yeah, I need to have purposeful little breaks. You're playing a new cozy game. You already beat the game. Got it. 3 days of nonstop playing. Well, hopefully it wasn't that expensive, Bill. Hopefully it was not that expensive. No, Kraken, this is normal mode because this is basically a tutorial for beginners. So I'm basically filming tutorials for beginners, and if these go well, if all of my tutorials go over well and we finish, then I might do some for master mode. I probably wouldn't play the whole game in master mode, though. I would probably focus on specific things. Well, no, I only have 3 hearts because we're still in the very beginning of the game. Kraken. Well, in the very beginning of the game. So, okay. Get the seeds out of my teeth. I gotta think about what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to the Temple of Time. Okay, the old man talked about meeting at the X, so we have to talk about how to mark that. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Dawn. How are you? Obviously, I'm still waking up. Obviously. Okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see. I got to think about what I'm going to talk about. And Okay, so let's first talk about. I'm good, thank you, Dawn. Glad to hear you're good. Let's first talk about the old man and the where we're going to meet him. The X marks the spot. And then I think we'll go. There's a treasure chest right down here, and we may go. Actually, no, I'm not going to worry about the treasure chest at this time. I think I'll do that. Hey, Molly. Oh, my goodness. Molly, how are you? It's been a bit. You've probably been a busy girl. Nice to see you. Yeah, maybe when we do, trying to decide when we pay attention to treasure chests. I think we'll do that more. Oh, maybe we will slip down and do a treasure chest. You have a question, Hope? Yes. What is your question? What is your question? Hey, Des. Would I consider a co-op Stardew in the future? I would consider a co-op Stardew. We just would have to figure out how to do that with my schedule. But yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun, actually. I'm not sure if we can do that on the Switch or not. We've had a busy past couple weeks and haven't been able to catch. Yes, Molly, you haven't been on. Dawn is on a 7-stream streak. Nice, Dawn. Very good. Yes, you've been very regular lately, Dawn. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just have to figure that out, Hope. I at least need to make it. We may want to wait though, because remember, I'm going to be gone for a month in November. Distant, yeah. And remember, I'm going to stream in November, but not a whole lot. Probably not even as much as I'm doing now. Probably only a couple of days a week. I'm going to stream because we have so much work to do to get that house ready to sell. So maybe we can start it. Maybe we can like start it in October, but then put it on hold or something till December. We'll have to think about that. If we can do it on the Switch, that would be fun. That would be fun. And you have to remember, if we stream it, the stream is delayed like 6 or 7 seconds. So it may, it'll be a little confusing for you at first to watch stuff on your game and then see it 6 or 7 seconds later on the live stream. I don't know why Twitch is delayed. The clock app isn't delayed. The Twitch is delayed. Okay, why am I like... I need to be a little more center. Is that a little more center? There, that's a little more center. Okay, we're going to give this a shot. Blah, 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 blah. I need to concentrate on the old man. Yeah, the old man told us about the X marks the spot, which is, if you look at, isn't it between the shrines? Yeah, it is. It's between the shrines. Okay, and then there's 4 shrines. Okay. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that's my goal today, is to have more pause spots. So if I do need to piece together multiple cuts, hopefully then it's a little easier. That's part of the editing that I don't have that much experience of editing, so I need to get a little better at editing. So, okay, let's go for it. Okay, here we go. One more sip of coffee. Get my brain in action. No. Okay, here we go. Today, I'm going to walk through how to finally get the paraglider from the old man. If you haven't seen any of my previous tutorials, I suggest you go watch those, and then you'll understand exactly where we are in the story. If you remember back to the last tutorial, the old man told us that we need to look at the map and draw an X between the 4 shrines. So we're at the 1 shrine. If we draw a line here over to this shrine, and imaginary, unfortunately we can't actually draw a line, but if you can imagine a line here, and then look, here are these 2 shrines and a line here. So you can use your imagination to see between the 4, it ends up about right here. This is the Temple of Time. We look out, that is the Temple of Time. So we need to head there to meet the old man. That old man was just so stubborn. First he said we had to get a treasure, and we got a treasure, and then he said we had to get 3 more, and we got 3 more, and now he says we have to meet him at the Temple of Time. And I want to do that over because I'm like kind of tumbling over my words, but now I know what I need to say. Okay, so that's, I think, what I'm going to say. The first take is always bad. First take is always bad. Bad, very bad, very bad. It's hard to get into it. But I'll get better. Or not. I just have to keep editing. It's going to take me a while to edit number 5. Last Tuesday's, or no, this Tuesday, last Friday's session, I was just having such a hard time. And that's where I was watching that and going, okay, I need to, every time I go to move to a new place, like pause, and then I can always cut out a second. And remember where I paused so that I can more easily move. We're going to do that again. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I kind of want the cane to move. There we go. Today, I'm going to show you how to finally get the paraglider from the old man. I suggest you go watch my previous tutorials if you haven't already, and then you'll understand exactly where we are in the story. If you think back to all of the different shrines, first, the old man said, you need to go get the treasure, and I'll give you the paraglider. We got the treasure. Then he said, oh, you need 3 more treasures. Well, we went and got 3 more treasures. Then he said, oh, now you have to meet me. If you imagine a line between the 4 shrines where the middle of those 2 lines intersect, that's where we have to meet him. So you see these 4 shrines, and you can imagine the 2 lines here. We can't actually draw lines, but you can kind of use your imagination to see kind of a little, kind of a sideways X marks the spot. And that is the Temple of Time. And we can see it right over here. The Temple of Time. This is where we need to go meet the old man. Before we fast travel closer to it, however, I do know there's a treasure chest right here. So we're going to go ahead and grab this treasure chest. I do want you to notice. Guinea pig, am I going to give a tut of all shrines? What do you mean a tut? What do you mean a tut? A tutorial of all shrines? Yes, every shrine. Okay, I got to redo that again. That was pretty good up until then. Yes, I'm going to be doing a tutorial of every single shrine. These tutorials, I figured out there's probably going to be When I get done with this, I'd imagine there's going to be 200 tutorials. Because each shrine will be a different tutorial. The Koroks in each area will be a different tutorial. Hope, nap time? Okay, have a nice nap, Hope. The monsters will be different tutorials. So there's going to be at least 200, if not more, tutorials by the time I'm done. So just basically the entire game. The entire game is going to be in a tutorial. So some tutorials will follow the storyline. Some tutorials will be more, here's the Koroks in this area, here's the Koroks in this area. There's going to be Korok tutorials, monster tutorials, Blessing Shrine. Oh, on April Fool's. Oh. Yeah. We'll actually, yeah. For the Blessing Shrines, those are all shrine quests. Oh, actually, yeah, it's going to be more than 200. Oh my gosh, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? It's going to be more than 200. It's going to be more like 300. Because I'm going to do every quest, mission, quest, thing. Every quest is going to have its own tutorial. So the Blessing Shrines will be part of the tutorials to do the Shrine Quest. The Shrine Quests will be part of the Blessing Shrines will be part of the Shrine Quest. So, well, and you have to remember, Guinea Pig, that most of the people are not going to be watching when I'm filming the tutorials. People will be watching them at any time. So an April Fool's tutorial doesn't necessarily make sense. Today was your first day of middle school? Oh, nice. How did that go? Was that fun? Was that fun? Okay. I'm going to try again. Here we go. I need the Kanamut shrine to go away. Here we go. Okay. One more time. Today, I'm going to show you how to finally get the paraglider from the old man. If you haven't watched my previous tutorials, I suggest you go watch them in order, and then you'll see exactly where we are in the story. If you think back to all of the previous steps we've had, we first met the old man. He asked us to get a treasure. We went and got the treasure. Then he said, oh, you need 3 more treasures. Then we said, okay, fine, we'll go get 3 more treasures. We got the 3 more treasures. We now have all 4 treasures. And if you'll remember to my last tutorial, the old man said, now you're not quite done. I want you to meet me at a specific place. If we think back to his words, he said, if you look at the 4 shrines and draw lines in between them, and where those lines meet is where we're supposed to meet him. Now, we can't actually draw lines, but you can use your imagination to see the lines here between the 4 shrines. And where does that put you? Right here. This is the Temple of Time. You notice how it doesn't actually say Temple of Time on our map yet? That is because we haven't actually activated that location. Unlike activating shrines, we just have to walk near a location and then it actually will start showing up on our map. So if we look over here, that is the Temple of Time. We are quite a distance away from it. Once again, let's look at the map. And the Temple of Time is here. We see we can actually, either of these 3 places. Okay, I'm messing up again. Oh, first day of school was boring. Nice. Okay, load. I messed up again. We gotta try again. I'm tumbling over my words, but I'll get it eventually. Eventually. How is what nice? Okay. Oh, your day was boring. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll get better. First day of school, especially in middle school, you don't really do much. Once you start getting into high school and then especially college, sometimes in college, you actually already have work to do before you ever even go to your first day of class. So it'll get better every year that you get higher in school. Okay, here we go again. Today, I'm going to show you how to finally get the paraglider from the old man. If you don't know where we are, I suggest you go and watch my 5 previous tutorials. They follow the story from the very beginning of the game up until where we are now. Throughout those 5 tutorials, if you think back, the old man, we first met him, and then he said, I will give you the paraglider if you give me a treasure. We got the treasure, and he said, oh, wait a second, I need you to get me 3 more treasures. We got the 3 more treasures, and if you think back to my last tutorial, we had a conversation with the old man, and he said, now I want you to meet me if you draw lines through the 4 shrines where those 2 lines intersect. That is where we're supposed to meet him. This is the Temple of Time. Odd how it doesn't actually show the name of this area. If we look over here, we see the Eastern Abbey. That is because we haven't actually activated that location. Different from the shrines where you actually have to put your Sheikah slate on a pedestal to activate a shrine. A location you simply need to walk near and then it activates on your map. So our map will become much more full as we go to different locations. We have a few activated already, but that will become more locations as we activate each of them. So we need to head to the Temple of Time. If we look, we're over here right now. There are several spots that are closer that we can fast travel to instead of walking all the way around these mountains. However, when we were coming up to the shrine, in our last tutorial, I noticed there's a treasure chest right over here. I want you to take a look. We hinted at this in our last tutorial. However, Nana's nuggets of knowledge, when the water looks like this, so see how it's kind of sparkling water? We haven't really seen that before. If we step into this water, look at that, we're losing hearts. Why is that? Because the water is actually cold. Okay, these are driving me nuts. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. My glasses were driving me nuts. We might do that again. That was actually pretty good though, huh? Maybe I'll start it from where I cut it. Roxy. Oh yes, Roxy, good to know, huh? Hi Roxy, how are you? Oh, I forgot to tell you, my daughter had no clue where those 2 monster trucks came from. Of course, my son-in-law didn't tell her the whole story. She was so confused. So I informed her of what actually happened and how my grandbaby ended up with 2 extra monster trucks. Hey, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling better today, Are you feeling better? Oh, that's where it went. Oh, your kids ended up with my eyeball? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh. Oh, eventually. Yeah, eventually I would like it back. It's from a puzzle that we have somewhere. But no rush. like I said, I'd love to maybe sometime in late September when the kids are at school, I can drive up there like on a Wednesday and we can hang out all day. And I'll get it back at some point. I'm not worried about it. It's just, that is something, my grandbaby loves playing with that. That I have had forever. And it's just one of those things that, I don't know why, but it just brings me memories. But I'm not in a rush. That is so funny. Yeah, I know, but both the kids were like, he doesn't need more cars. Don't let her spoil him like that. Oh yeah, he loves cars, and he has them all. He makes like trains out of trucks and cars, and so yeah. He always has, most of his life, he has a car or a truck in each hand. He walks around with them in his hand, I swear. It's so funny. So yeah, he loved the monster trucks. They will definitely be played with. Okay. Now, I'm gonna reload. That actually was a good run through, but I didn't like when I got to the water. Auntie Roxy is here to spoil. Well, your kids were so upset. They were so upset that you gave him their cars. Oh my goodness, they were so upset. That was funny. Which I get it. They're like, why are you giving him our toys? But yeah, they will definitely be played with. Okay, I think I might run through it one more time, although that last time was pretty good. That has never happened before. Oh, interesting. So you won't be able to join tomorrow or the day after because you'll be working at a marathon. That sounds like fun, Bill. Although I don't stream, normally I don't stream on Wednesdays. Although I may do a Pokemon stream tomorrow, but I don't know. I have to see my mood because I missed Sunday. That sounds fun. Working a marathon. Nice. Yeah, I may or may not stream tomorrow. Normally tomorrow's my day off, but I missed Sunday. And so it's been a while since we've done Pokemon, so I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. I'm really trying to get this apartment put together. I've been working really hard, and it's getting there piece by piece, but there's still a lot to do. And then in 2.5 weeks, I go up to Northern California for 6 days, which I won't stream during those 6 days because that's when we're moving my dad. Personal stuff that's going on. Oh, yes, they were both tired. Oh, okay. I felt so bad when they were like so upset. I was like, oh no, we're taking their toys. Okay. I'm glad to hear that was just kind of a one-off. Yeah. Well, a lot of emotions too. They were starting school and that's funny. Well, hopefully the three of them can hang out. You always do that with friends. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, hopefully the three of them will get to hang out some more. I think they had fun. Although, my grandbaby at this age is just kind of like, yeah, whoever. I'll play with whoever. Okay. Let's get this done. I actually liked that last take up until the end, but I'm going to do another take just because. Those perfect kid storms, they calm down right away. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, it was late. They had been gone all day. You guys, it sounds like you guys had walked a lot. They were running on that playground, so they were probably exhausted too. So yeah, I'm sure. I'm glad to hear that they calmed down. I felt so bad, but Owen loved them. Oh, and yeah, the next day I went over there and he was playing with them, and yeah, he definitely plays with cars. And he moves them all over the place, and then he puts them into things. He has a little kitchen. In the kitchen, he has a little toy kitchen, and there's like a little microwave in it. And he opened it up when I was there on Sunday. He opened it up, and there was 2 cars in there, and he pulls them out and closes the microwave and then goes and plays with them. He knew exactly where they were. They liked him. They have a friend called Owen as well. Oh, the new Owen. Oh, that's cute. The new Owen. That's cute. Well, he's just a baby. He's a little bit younger. And another, as he gets older and older, then it's a little easier too, because right now he's very toddler right now. Very toddler. But yeah, okay. Whew. I liked the last take, but up until the lake part. But I'm gonna film it again just in case. The more takes I have, better chance to have a really, really good take. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done with the shake. Let me just finish this shake. Shake. Smoothie, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's actually a smoothie, not a shake. Although they're very similar things. What is the literal difference between a shake and a smoothie? Now I have a new question to get answered. Because sometimes people put ice cream in smoothies. I guess more often smoothies have yogurt and shakes have ice cream, usually. Bill, oh, my smoothie has dairy in it. I have yogurt in my smoothie. I think it's shakes usually have ice cream and smoothies usually have yogurt. I think. Ice cream would be a shake and smoothie would have yogurt or fruit or something. Yeah. Shake is dessert and smoothie is yogurt. Yeah. Okay, that must be it. So it's technically a smoothie. Okay. Heidi woke me up at 7 a.m. again. Oh my gosh. She's so persistent. She literally takes her paw and she puts it under my chin and like pulls to try and move my head to wake me up. Or she'll stick her face right in my face and like wiggle her nose so her whiskers tickle me. But yeah, she's like, she doesn't mess around. She's meowing and literally takes her paw and like pulling my head. She doesn't use her claws. She just, with her paw, she's just literally like, kind of like, wake up, mom, wake up, mom. Oh my gosh, 7 a.m. Well, and at 4 a.m., oh my gosh, they came and picked up the recycle at, I swear, it was at 4 a.m. They usually do that at 6, unless I was just dreaming or something. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I'm a little tired, but that's okay. Okay, these things are driving me nuts, but I know they add to the character. Okay, again. Hopefully this will be the last time we do this section. Okay, here we go. Today, I'm going to show you how to finally get the paraglider from the old man. If you haven't watched my previous tutorials, I highly suggest you go back and watch them in order, and that will show you exactly how we got to this spot in the story. So let's think back a moment. We first met the old man, and I already blew it. Again. Okay. Today, I'm going to show you how to finally get the paraglider from the old man. If you haven't watched my previous tutorials, I suggest you go back and watch them, and that will show you exactly how we got from the beginning of the game to this point in the story. We had several different discussions with the old man, and it started with him saying, I'll trade you the paraglider for a treasure. We went and got the treasure, and he's like, ha, you have to get 3 more treasures. So we went and got 3 more treasures. And he met us, if you remember from my last tutorial, right at the end of this shrine where we now had the 4 treasures he said he would exchange for the paraglider, and said, first, you need to meet me at a specific location. He said, if we look at our map and draw imaginary lines between the shrines and make almost like an X, and there's kind of the 4 shrines, and if we literally kind of make an X Where those lines intersect is where we need to meet him. This is the Temple of Time. Now, I know that. However, it's not marked on the map. Why do you think that is? Similar to activating shrines, you have to activate places on the map. Unlike the shrines, you don't actually have to place your pedestal, darn it, that was going so well. Okay, again, let's load. That's the only problem with ad hoc is I mess up a lot, but that's okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. I really did like that last take, but up until the end. I want to do another one just in case. Okay, here we go. Today, I'm going to show you how to finally get the paraglider from the old man. If you haven't watched my previous tutorials, I highly suggest you go and do that. That will show you exactly how to get from the beginning of the game to this point in the story. We first met the old man, and he said he would exchange his paraglider for a treasure. We got that treasure. And then he said, you need 3 more treasures. We went and got 3 more treasures. We finished the last shrine in the last tutorial, and now we have all 4 treasures, which are the spirits, the spirit orbs. The old man did meet us. If you think back to the last tutorial, he met us and said, now that you have all the treasure, I need you to meet me at a certain location. And we were supposed to open our map and draw imaginary lines to make kind of like an X between the 4 shrines. So if you imagine a line between those 2 shrines and a line between these 2 shrines, where they intersect is about right here. This is the Temple of Time. It currently doesn't say that on the map. I happen to know it's the Temple of Time. Once you activate a location on the map, the name will show up. To do that, you simply need to walk close enough to whatever that landmark is, and the name will appear on the map. We haven't gone close enough to the Temple of Time yet in the game. And I'll make sure to show you the map again after we've gone to that location, and you'll see the name appear. This is the Temple of the Time, right over here. Instead of just walking over there, we're quite a ways away, we simply can fast travel to a closer location. However, the last time we were together, I noticed this treasure chest before I went into the shrine. So let's go ahead and get this treasure chest. One would think we could simply swim to it. There's 2 issues, however. When you're swimming in water, you can't open a treasure chest. The other issue, Nana's nuggets of knowledge, some water you cannot swim in. Notice the texture of this water. It's a little bit kind of more of a grayish looking water. There's ice along the edge of the water, and it's sparkly. What happens we go in the water? Oh my goodness, we just lost a bunch of hearts. How did that happen? That is because some water in the game is too cold to swim in. Unlike the air, if you remember, we were able to put on the warm doublet to protect from the cold air. These types of water locations we cannot swim in, even with clothing to protect us. So how do we get out to that treasure chest? We can't use magnesis because it's not metal. It's a wooden chest. But what did we just learn in the last shrine? Cryonis. That is correct. We actually can use cryonis. Let's go ahead and get it right under the treasure chest. And look at that. It lifted the treasure chest up. Now we need to get a little bit closer. So again, we can do up to 3 blocks. If we get them close enough, we can climb on the blocks, hop to the next one. Oops, and I blew it. Okay. Do. Okay. That wasn't going too well either. Okay, continue. We're going to reload. I don't have enough. My tongue is getting tight again. Part of it is I just need, okay. I'm trying. Okay, I don't want that X on there. Let's load again. Although I'm not doing another run. I'm going to try and find that location. Remember I said if I just like find locations to pause at, it'll be easier to cut it together. So that's why I want to do that. So then we can come down here. I have several good options to film that from. So it's about here. I should be able to cut it close. Do I warm up like red leather, yellow leather on repeat? No. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, red leather, yellow leather. There was, my daughter had one that she used to have to say, New York, something about New York. New York is, New something, New York. I don't remember what it was. She had an acting thing that she would do. No, I did not warm up. Okay. Do you remember what I said? Oh, notice this treasure chest. Okay. Unique New York. Yes, unique. New York is unique. Unique New York. Unique. Yeah, the whole, yeah, that one. She used to say that one before when warming up. New York is unique. Unique New York. Something like that. I don't remember it, but yeah, she used to do that one. Okay, what was I saying? Something about a treasure chest. There are treasure chests hidden all throughout Hyrule. Couple issues with this particular treasure chest. However, it's wooden. Okay, no, let me start. I need to put in a Nana's Nuggets of Knowledge. Nana's Nuggets of Knowledge. Okay. Nana's Nuggets of Knowledge. Okay. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. You just said an orc. An orc. I know. Tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are fun. Okay. I'm trying to remember what I said. That's okay. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. Yes, we're supposed to enunciate. Okay, here we go. Okay, hopefully I can cut it from here. To get this let's think about what I'm gonna say first. Okay. Okay, I gotta go back. Maybe we just redo the whole thing. Oh, but I have like 5 already. Oh my gosh, okay. The time won't line up, but that's okay. I don't remember what time. That's the only thing. The time won't line up, but that's okay. I mean, most people have edits in their videos. I don't think people expect me to be perfect. Hey, Quirky, how are you? How's it going? How are you today? I'm just trying to film more videos. More tutorials. More tutorials. Okay, here we go. I don't know what time it was. Okay. Oh my, yeah, the beads. I don't remember who suggested that. Somebody suggested it for my character, and I love it. I think it's great. They drive me nuts, but I think they're great for the character. So I only wear them when I'm filming the guides, but that's okay. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Okay, here we go. Trying to think what we were saying. We just talked about seeing the treasure chest. There are treasure chests hidden throughout Hyrule in Breath of the Wild. Some of them are very easy to find, like this one. Some of them are a little more difficult, and we'll cover that in future tutorials. This particular treasure chest, there's a few issues we have to overcome before we can get to them. Nana's nuggets of knowledge: you can't open a treasure chest when you're swimming. So we simply cannot swim out to the treasure chest and open it. Unfortunately, we also cannot use magnesis. It's not metal, it's wood. One additional factor is this particular water is special. Look how there's kind of ice forming at the end. The color, it's a little more light gray and there's sparkles on it. That is because this water is cold. What happens when we try to swim in this water? Oh dear, look at that. We lost a half a heart. Why did that happen? Some water in the game, lakes and rivers, are cold. Unlike the weather, if you remember, we have the warm doublet on. We equipped that before we headed into the cold area. Unlike the weather, the cold water, there's nothing that protects against it. We can't just eat a meal. We can't change clothes. You simply cannot swim in this type of cold water. Think back to the last shrine we just went through. We learned cryonis. Remember, you can have 3 blocks at one time. First, I'm going to try and put a block right under the treasure chest. And there it is. It's ready for us to get. But we can't swim out to that block. So let's try and make 3 blocks close enough together that we can jump between them. Okay, so jump to the first one, jump to the second one. You can climb up the side of them, so we just have to jump close enough to get to the side. When we made it, let's go ahead and open this treasure chest, and we received an opal, a valuable ore that gives off a mesmerizing iridescence, similar to the inside of a seashell. It contains the power of water. From here, we simply can jump back. However, we're done with this particular section, and we do need to head to the Temple of Time. So I'm going to quick travel or warp to the Shrine of Resurrection. This is where we woke up, if you remember. So let's go ahead and quick travel to the shrine. Our loading screen is now updated. When we looked last, we had 3 spirit orbs and 3 shrines. Now we have 4 of each. It updates every time you get a new heart or a new stamina section or a new shrine. So let's go ahead and go back out from the Shrine of Resurrection. We can head down to the Temple of Time. I'm going to pause a second because, I don't know, you heard that big old ambulance or fire truck going through. Des, you've been super busy. Love the stream while you're playing while you're working. Nice, Des. Things getting any better? Things getting any better? Okay. Let's come back here a little bit, and then I can cut that through. And try not have the siren in there. Okay. Kinda? Okay. When is your evaluation? Was that today? Okay, here we go. This looks very familiar, doesn't it? If you remember back to my very first tutorial, this is the same path we walked down to get to the tower. And remember, we went by this fire where we first met the old man. And do you remember what I said before about picking up the rocks? Oh, we missed it. We did not react fast enough. There was actually an insect under there. Now, before we head directly to the Temple of Time, let's take a look around. We have some bokoblins that we have to get through. Now, we can simply just come over this direction and skip some of them. I think we'll do that. Further in the game, I tend to go through all of the monsters I meet. However, early game, I just don't have that many weapons, and I try to avoid battles where possible. Take a quick break here. Some point this week. Oh, they haven't told you what day yet. Nice, Des. The siren, you thought it was a creepy sound from the game? Oh, funny, Roxy. Funny. Second round of interviews are scheduled for next week. Oh, nice. Nice. My sister's trying to hire someone too. Well, and she has the same issues. I don't know if you guys remember when Marissa was talking about how half the people didn't show up to interviews. So my sister said this time, instead of calling people, where most of them, when she'd call, they'd say, yes, I want an interview. She actually messaged them through the hiring system. I don't remember which one she uses. And said, if you want an interview, call me. And so she said they called and all but one showed up. So she had a much better ratio of people setting up. And so, yeah, she has, and she said she actually this time has a couple people that she's interesting. Oh, my sister's job is not remote. No, the one she's looking for an admin, a phone answerer, has to be in the office. Sorry, Roxy. Oh, so yeah, no, what my sister's hiring for is definitely not a remote. Not remote. Just basically a customer service person. But the way their work, it's a pest control office, and so the person has to actually be in there because when the techs come in and they need stuff, and it's not, unfortunately, it's just not a type of job that can be remote. But, okay. Let's keep going. You were teasing, kind of. Remember, anytime we get to inactive guardians, we always want to search. We got another ancient screw. A screw used in ancient machinery. It's made of an unknown material, and no matter how many times it's turned, its threads never seem to show signs of wear. Let's check this one over here. Another screw. And let's come up here and check. There looks like there was a huge battle here, wasn't there? This time we got an ancient gear. A gear used in ancient machinery despite being incredibly old. Its build quality is leaps and bounds above anything built using current technology. We have a Bobby right there. Let's see, what weapon might be the best? I'm going to actually use this Traveler Spear. It's a lower defense or attack weapon. However, it gives me the ability to strike from a distance. Luckily, it was strong enough for us to conquer the bokoblin. We received a fang and a horn. Our weapon stock is full. Let's take a look at our weapons and see if we want to change one. I don't think we really need the torch at this time, so we're going to drop the torch and pick up another Boko Club. You have to go, Bill. Okay, enjoy your dinner. Oh, it's so funny to think of dinner at 10 a.m. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time. Hopefully I can actually piece all of these together. I might want to do that again. I was kind of tumbling over my words. Where is there a good loading spot? Okay. No, not really. Okay. It is what it is. We're just going to go with it from here. Okay. Oh, we had this out. Okay. Once we're done with fighting a monster, we can always just put our weapon away simply by hitting B. This is where we're supposed to meet the old man. However, I don't see him. I do see something very interesting looking over there. Let's take a chance to look around and see the old man. I don't see him. I'm trying to remember, did he say to meet him at the top of the tower? Tiny! I'm trying to remember what he says. Dang it, what does he say? I guess maybe he says meet him at the top of the tower. Does he actually say to meet him at the top? I forget it. Okay. How are you, Tiny? Okay. Once we're done fighting an enemy, we of course can put our weapon away. Now we're at the Temple of Time. Let's take a look at our map again. And look, now we see that the Temple of Time shows on our map. That's because we activated that location by going near enough to the actual location. I believe we're supposed to meet the old man at the top of the Temple of Time. How are we going to get up there? We have to climb, and we have only one stamina wheel. Nana's Nuggets of Knowledge. There's a secret ladder on the side of the temple. Look at that. Okay, now here's where I want to experiment. So we're going to save right here. We're going to save right here. And we're going to go through all of the thing and not get the, not pray first. And go meet him and, go through the whole story and see if he steals my orbs. Because I don't remember. I was thinking he does. Okay, we're going to skip through all of this. Okay, skip through all of this. We will watch this whole thing when I film it for... Okay. Skip. Provider. Okay. Isolated plateau. Complete. Now we can go off. And I think that's it. Okay. Link. You must save Hyrule. Okay. Story done. Okay. He doesn't take them. Okay. So you don't have to go pray first. He doesn't. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. He doesn't steal them. I had it in my head that he steals them, but he doesn't. Okay, we can move forward from here then. So let's climb the ladder. Now, when climbing the ladder, you notice we don't see the stamina wheel. Climbing a ladder does not take stamina. Okay, let's go ahead and climb up to the top. And head towards, and there's the old man. Why does he have an aura around him? That is very curious. Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome, Bosphoramus, Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists. Whoa, I knew there was something funny. He knew a lot of information, didn't he? We knew something was up with this character. The great calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. There was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With their princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their... I'm going too slow. Dagnammit, I got to do the whole thing over again. Oh my gosh, I'm going too slow. Okay, princess. Okay, I have to go through it again. Oh my gosh, I have to go through that whole thing. I think I messed up another word too. Okay. Dagnammit, we have to do it again. I'm going to get some more coffee first. Okay, come on. Okay. Okay. You must save Hyrule. Okay, let's load again. Again. Okay. Double time load. That was pretty good, but I have to read a little bit quicker. I'm going to make sure and keep up with the story so I don't lose the words. Okay. First, I am going to go make myself some coffee. It's really hard to keep up with Zelda game text in any of the games. You might want to summarize or read very, very fast. I just need to read a little faster. I'm trying to keep my nice slow pace, but I can't in this case. So I just have to read a little faster. That's fine. We'll do it again. I'm going to go get some more coffee. Hydrate yourself. I'll be back in 5 minutes or less. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay, yeah, I need to, why is this getting stuck on it? There we go. Okay. Okay, again. So yeah, I just have to read a little bit quicker. Let's have a few sips of coffee first. Coffee. I'm off center again. I like this new tray, but it doesn't come over quite as far as I'd like it to, but that's okay. Okay, again. And I did also want to do one other thing on the ladder. So here we go. Let's go ahead and climb the ladder. Now you'll notice there's no stamina wheel. Normally when we climb a mountain, you see a stamina wheel. However, when we jump, it does take stamina to jump. But notice how quickly we recover the stamina. Ladders do not consume stamina. Nice little thing to know. Let's keep going up. We head right to the top here. And there's the old man waiting for us. He has a strange blue aura around him. I wonder why that is. Ha 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 ha! Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I am King Roan Bosphormus. Dang. What was it? King Roan Bosphormus. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we have to skip through this whole thing. Okay, here we go. I'm just closing. This will be faster. Okay, this will be faster. Oh my, King Roan Blasphemous. Was it? What was his name? Oh my gosh. Okay. What is his long? His name was long. Blasphemous. Okay. To figure out how to say that. Okay, again. Okay. Now as we climb the ladder, you'll notice there's no stamina wheel. Why is that? We jump and there is a stamina wheel, but it quickly recovers stamina. On a ladder, just climbing the ladder does not consume stamina. Okay, let's head over here. There's the old man. Wow, he has a strange blue aura around him. I wonder what that means. Story time. Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Roan Bosphorus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists. King Roan, the last king of Hyrule. The great calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. In spirit, since that time, here I've remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power and her appointed knight chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With a princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning and responded with a plan beyond our imagining. What is he doing? Oh no! He's taking over the Guardians. He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the divine beasts, and turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone. Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you. The princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end? That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized, 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east, out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There, you will find the elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. May your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north. Go on. Here is the paraglider, just as I promised. Finally, we get the paraglider we've been promised. Yay! Paraglider, an item that you received from the king on the Great Plateau. It allows you to sail through the sky. Press X while you're in the air to use it. And we see that the isolated plateau quest has been completed. With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule! We have a new quest. Destroy Ganon. And another main quest. Seek out Impa. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. I think that went pretty well. I mean, I had a few little flubs, but I'm just going to live with them. I think that went pretty well. It makes it more human if I like mess up, if that makes sense. Then people will know that I'm not AI. I also say words correctly. AI doesn't always say words correctly, huh? Oh, your internet died? Well, I'm glad you're back, Tiny. Okay, I'm going to take a break and drink some coffee, and then we'll keep going. This will probably be one of the shorter tutorials. I'm going to get the chest and then show how to pray. And then we're going to stop. And then I think we might start the Korok hunt. I got to think about how I'm going to introduce that. Toot, 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 toot. And then I'll have to have a couple of playlists. One where it's the storyline, and then another where it's like just the Koroks. And then I might also cut together, now that I've done all 4 shrines, I think I'm going to cut together a tutorial that's just the shrines without the story. So I'll do like the shrines in each section. First I was thinking we would just do shrines in each section, but I want to follow the story. So, hey Michael. Oh, you're usually playing Tears of the Kingdom, so it's interesting to be reminded of the original story, the Breath of the Wild story. Nice. Yep. Okay. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I think what I want to do is I want to follow the story, which of course crosses regions, but we'll have like one playlist that's the whole story. Then as I do shrines in each region, once I'm done with all of the shrines in a region, I will cut them together and just have one. And then, of course, Koroks as well. We will collect Koroks as we go if they're convenient. But then once we get to a good stopping point in the story, kind of like this, we'll go back and collect and do like all the Koroks in one region. And so we'll have several different kind of paths of tutorials, I think. That's my goal. I got to start getting to editing. Editing is getting a little easier, but it's hard trying to put together. So that's why I'm trying to like find good stopping points and like pause for a second so that when I do, so even if I have a couple of runs, I can like maybe take pieces of each run that I like better and piece them together. I'm not worried about it being exactly perfect at this point. I just want it to seem as seamless as possible. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. That was such an amazing story. That gives us a really good idea of what this game is all about. I really like that story. That's a fun surprise that the old man turned out to be King Rome. We see we have a treasure chest right here. Let's go ahead and open this treasure chest. A soldier's bow. A bow designed for armed conflict. Inflicts more damage than a civilian bow, but it will still burn if it touches fire. That's a nice bow compared to what we have. Let's take a look at our inventory. We have all of these really weak bows, and now we have a very nice bow. Let's go ahead and equip that bow. Let's take another look at our inventory. We now have 4 spirit orbs. Now, the orbs are not just treasures for the old man. You notice he actually didn't take the orbs like he said he was going to trade them. Let's go back down here and let's see. If you remember, a few moments ago we saw this really pretty, and now we can use our paraglider. This really pretty statue all lit up. What happens if we go closer to the statue? Let's see what happens when we pray. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed their spirit orbs, I can offer you great power. It appears that you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange for 4 spirit orbs, I will amplify your being. So tell me what it is that you desire. Now we can either get a heart container or a stamina vessel. Heart containers increase our hearts, which helps with our health. Stamina increases the time that we can climb. There's actually 2 schools of thought as to what order you should get, either hearts first or stamina first. I like to build up my stamina first. Fairly soon in the game, we're going to start coming across more materials. Some of those materials you can actually cook into meals that boost your hearts. That helps us along the way. There are also mushrooms that help boost stamina as well as some fish. But the stamina is a little hard to judge boosting when you're either mid-flight or mid-climb. Where the heart boosting meals are very easy to eat when you're at a stopping point. So let's go ahead at this point and get our first stamina vessel. You wish to expand your stamina wheel? Yes? Yes, I shall grant the power you seek. She took our 4 spirit orbs, and there is our stamina container. A stamina vessel. The size of your stamina wheel has been increased, allowing you to perform more actions before getting tired. You see, the wheel now has a little extra section on leading towards a second wheel. Go and bring peace to Hyrule. It's not a stamina container. It's a stamina vessel. Okay, I might do that again. Can I load from... I can. Darn it. Okay. Where does this take us? Let me see what's here. I'm doing a great job. Thank you, Roxy. It's going pretty well. It's actually, I think it's going a lot better than last Friday's did. Where does this take us? Okay. Okay, that's going to work. We're going to come down here, and we're going to go here. We're going to try and stand down here. Find a place to cut it. Okay. Such a pretty statue. What happens when we get close? It says, press A to pray. Oh, she's so beautiful. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed their spirit orbs. I can offer you great power. It appears you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange for 4 spirit orbs, I will amplify your being. So tell me what it is that you desire. Either a heart container or a stamina vessel. There are 2 schools of thought as to either grow your hearts first, which increases your health, or your stamina first, which increases the time that you can climb or fly. Personally, I like to increase stamina first. There are meals that can either increase your hearts, also meals that increase your stamina. However, it is much easier to time consuming the meals that increase your hearts than it is to consume the meals increasing stamina. The hearts are kind of a set thing. And fairly soon in the game, we're going to come upon some things that help us expand our hearts. You can choose whichever you prefer. I'm going to choose a stamina vessel. You wish to expand your stamina wheel? Yes? Yes. I shall grant the power you seek. And here, notice she took our 4 spirit orbs in exchange for a stamina vessel. Stamina vessel. The size of your stamina wheel has been increased, allowing you to perform more actions before getting tired. So notice there's a little extra section on the wheel. It's actually the start of a second ring on our stamina wheel. Go and bring peace to Hyrule. And now we have more stamina. We've done our first praying to the goddess. At this point, we're ready to either go forth off of the plateau. However, there are many more things that we can accomplish right here on the Great Plateau. I'm going to stop here for now. Make sure to watch my next tutorial to see what else we can do on the Great Plateau before going on with the story. You also can skip right to the next story tutorial if you prefer. So for now, I'm going to say so long. Okay, there we go. People put a word on a screen, correct word, in case you can't fix it. Oh, yeah, I have seen people do that. Yeah, I have seen people do that, Roxy. Yeah, I just prefer to try and refilm. That's probably going to be a little bit shorter tutorial, but that's okay. That's okay. We didn't actually have a shrine or anything in there, but it's the whole story and getting the paraglider. So it's only 11, so we should start with some Koroks. I'm not sure we'll get them all done today. I have to decide how it is the best way to do the Koroks. Let me take a look at the map and see where the Koroks, all the Koroks are. I know where most of them are. I think that one went fairly well. I should be able to piece together a pretty good tutorial for that one. Okay. Let's open up Zelda notes. Okay, here we are. We also have to get the TLOZ at some point. Okay, there's some in the ice. Okay. There's one way over in the, there's one, that's right. There's one right by the Eastern Abbey. Okay. I think, trying to decide, there's one at the very tippy top of the Temple of Time. I think we'll go for that one first. Okay, should I film those all in one go or as I progress? So what I plan to do, Roxy, I purposely have not gotten them so far as I go. That's when I want to do this now on the Great Plateau and find all of them on the Great Plateau. Then, as we progress further in the story, if we come across them, for example, on the road to Kakariko Village, there's one like right there on the road, depending on which way we go. But at some point, we'll go down that road, and then boom, there it is. We'll get it. But exactly that, the same type of thing. When I get to a Korok, kind of once I establish how I do it, then exactly, we'll put numbers on the screen. I may not put, I'm not sure if I'll put a number on the screen while it's during the story. However, so from here on, after I do this first Korok tutorial, which will be all of the Koroks on the Great Plateau, then, like I said, as we come across them, if they're right there on our path, we'll grab one. I'll make sure, that's what I kind of need to establish how I do it, similar to how we go up to new stuff. I want to kind of pause before it and then say, oh, it's this type of Korok. Then do the Korok and then have it in the story. However, once I, at some point, we will go and collect all the rest in an area once we've unlocked some of the areas. So I'll decide at a good stopping point in the story, because just to get to Impa, we may end up unlocking multiple sections. So I'll kind of play it by ear of when I decide, okay, now let's do all of the Koroks. Because, of course, I mean, if you look at the map, some of the sections are really big. I mean, Great Plateau is tiny. It's tiny. And, this section's not too big, but, look at some of these sections are huge. This section over here is huge. And these mountains, it takes a while. So, it'll be further on down the road that we start gathering Koroks section by section. So I'll have to time it. We'll do it every once in a while after we've done a storyline or something. So, maybe we'll get to a certain point in the Seek Out Impa storyline and then maybe do this section. So we kind of I have to play it by ear. But I didn't want to get any Koroks until after I finished the Great Plateau story. And now we're going to do all the Koroks on the Great Plateau in one video. I'm trying to decide, the Great Plateau isn't that big, so we may just walk around Here I will definitely need to like pause and then pause the game, look for the next one. So I have to be smart when filming. But there's literally one right here in the Temple of Time. So I think we'll start with that. And then there's one in the lake. And then we'll head over to the Forest of Spirits. There's also one in the Eastern Abbey. But I also want to talk about, you know, how to find where the Koroks are. You know, the different thoughts of play. You can come across them as you're walking around. You know, there's different ways to deal with them. That weed eating started again. Okay, that must be like every Tuesday at 11. This game is so freaking pretty. Oh, look, the Lord of the Mountain. We'll talk about that later. Okay, I'm not going to be able to probably end up. Okay, load. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and save right here. Save. If I don't do any other purposeful saves, I don't think that'll go away. It is a big world. Okay. So I have to think about what I'm going to say. I think I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to talk about how you can, you know, choose to, if you're going for 100% of the game, there are apps out there that can help you find the Koroks, or if you choose to just enjoy the game as you go through it, you'll find Koroks as you wander around the game. Okay, so something like that. Gotta think for a second. Boop a doop, boop boop, boop a doop, boop boop, boop a doop, boop boop. It'll be easier after this one, you know, because of course then. But yeah, I wanted to specifically introduce Koroks. And get all the Koroks on. Okay. You think about this for a second. Okay. I've got junk in my eye. Allergy season, so of course I have nuggies in my eye. Just this one eye. It's only the right eye. So funny. For a while, all of a sudden it switched to my left eye, but most of the time it's my right eye. Oh, okay. To think about this. Thinking about what I'm going to say, my little monologue for the Koroks. Yeah, I think I'm just going to. I don't want to look down at my map while I'm filming, but so I'll just choose places to. Okay, it's up at the top of the Korok, and just kind of say. I'm not going to say what tool I'm using. Okay, here we go. We're just going to go for it. We saved there. Today, I'm going to introduce Koroks. What are Koroks? Koroks are adorable little forest creatures that are hidden throughout Hyrule. And once we find them, they give us a little present. There's also the leader of the Koroks, who we will meet later in the game. Today, we're going to find all of the Koroks that are hidden on the Great Plateau. Now, there's two ways to play the game. You can choose to just go through the story, enjoy the game, and find Koroks as you travel through the world. If you choose to do a 100% game, this is where you're going to want to follow along and find all of the Koroks. You also can find various apps available to help you find Koroks if you choose. Or you can be adventurous and just wander around until you find all the Koroks. Later on in the game, we will also find a piece of clothing if you have the DLC that also helps find Koroks. For now, I know there's a Korok at the very top of the Temple of Time. So we're going to go back to the ladder, which was over here. We did not check these guardians yet. Let's see what we get. We got an ancient gear, a gear used in ancient machinery despite being incredibly old. Its build quality is leaps and bounds above anything built using current technology. See what this one has for us. An ancient spring. A spring used in ancient machinery. It is light and buoyant enough to float on water. And no matter how many times it's compressed, it never loses tension. The ancient parts seem very well built. Remember, they were all built 10,000 years ago. But 100 years ago, they were taken over by Calamity Ganon. As we climb up the ladder, similar to where we saw the old man who turned out to be King Roan. We're going to head over here. What is that over there? Look at that green light. That is something we will cover in a future tutorial. It means the Lord of the Mountain is currently on his mountain. We can also see that's one of the divine beasts that we're going to have to wrest from Ganon's control later on in the game. There's so many neat things to see in this game. We notice over here, there's some sleeping bobbies. We might have to go get them later. Now we can climb up. I know that it's actually up here on the top of the temple. Now I don't want to jump too much because remember, my stamina goes faster when I jump. Often, however, you can find ledges like this to climb on and let your stamina collect back up to full. We'll do a couple of jumps. We're heading to, oh, look at that. We're heading to the very tip where we see some sparkly little leaves flying around. Okay, this one is kind of hard to climb. Oh, I blew it. Dagnabbit, okay. Oh, I just died. I just died. Oh, that's hilarious. Again. Oh, I couldn't get up to the tip. Okay. Okay, it has me loaded there. Okay, should I do the whole thing over? Dagnabbit. Okay, we're going to do it again. Let me just go for it. Today, I'm going to show you that was pretty good. Dagnabbit. I can always hopefully cut, maybe find a place to cut if this one doesn't turn out as good. Oh, I don't want that X marks the spot in there. Load. I gotta sneeze. Uh-oh, almost out of Kleenex. Hang on. Oh, come on. Ah! I need a new Kleenex box. I'm not sure if I have any more Kleenex. Uh-oh, trouble. Hang on, it's coming. Excuse me. I knew there was a sneeze there. I could feel it. Okay. Pull up my thing. Okay, here we go. Now it's going to make my eye water again. Here we go. Today, we're going to learn all about Koroks. What's a Korok? A Korok is a cute little child of the forest. It's a creature that, I don't want that. Okay. Deep. Today, we're going to learn all about Koroks. Koroks are children of the forest. Of the forest? What's a forest? Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't talk. Blah, 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 blah. Again. Okay. Today, we're going to learn all about Koroks. What's a Korok? Koroks are children of the forest. They're hidden all over Hyrule. Koroks are not a necessary part of the game, but they're a very fun part of the game. If you want to do a 100% run of the game, there's 900 of them hidden, and I'm going to show you where every single one is. Today, we're going to find all of the Koroks on the Great Plateau. They're hidden in various ways. There's several different types of hidden Koroks, several different puzzles, and I will show you how to beat all of them. Also, if you want to wander around on your own and find them, there are some ways to find help. There are several websites or apps that can lead you to them, and further in the game, if you have the DLC, there's a mask that can help you find them as well. For now, I'm going to show you where all of them are hidden on the Great Plateau. The first one is actually right behind us in the Temple of Time. I happen to know it's up at the very tippy top. We don't have quite enough stamina to climb all the way up, so we're going to use the ladder that we used in the last story episode to climb to the top. First, we're going to check these guardians. We haven't checked them yet. This time, we got an ancient spring. A spring used in ancient machinery. It is light and buoyant enough to float on water, and no matter how many times it's compressed, it never loses tension. Now that's some good technology. This one, we got an ancient gear. A gear used in ancient machinery. Despite being incredibly old, its build quality is leaps and bounds above anything built using current technology. Remember, these guardians were created 10,000 years ago. Look, a rock. Oh, that rock doesn't pick up. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll cut that out. Let's go climb the ladder. Remember, on the ladder, your stamina does not get consumed unless you jump. Come up here. We're headed back towards the area where we last met the old man and found out that he was actually King Rome, Zelda's father. This time, however, we're going to climb up the outside as we need to go all the way to the tippy top. When climbing, sometimes you can find ledges or outcroppings on a cliff and let your stamina fill back up to help you climb further distances. Most surfaces Link can climb. There are a few places in Hyrule that Link cannot climb. We've already seen that inside of a shrine. What have we here? We have some very sparkly leaves. This is one type of hidden Korok. And we just need to get up. And sometimes it's tough to get, okay, I've lost my stamina. Okay, let's go back. Let's do that again. How the heck, we're gonna try again. Wait, no, I don't wanna load again. We're gonna come back down to the ladder. I'm gonna kind of start from here. Okay. And here's the ladder that we found in the last episode that we used to climb up to meet the old man, who turned out to be King Roan. Remember, your stamina is not consumed on a ladder unless you jump. Let's keep working towards, we're going to head it, okay, I can't talk, oh my gosh. Again, I'm losing my voice again. Dagnabbit. Come back down here again. Get a sip of coffee. Hopefully I can piece these together. Okay. And let's head to the ladder that we found in the last episode, when we were trying to get the paraglider from the old man. Remember, your stamina is not consumed on a ladder unless you jump. Luckily, your stamina does recuperate very quickly. We're actually headed to the very tippy top of the tower. Here's where we met the old man, who turned out to actually be King Roan. You want to make sure and time your stamina as you're climbing so that you don't lose too much of it. Jumps take a lot more stamina than just regular climbing. Sometimes you can also find a ledge to stand on and let your stamina recuperate. Let's keep going up. We're headed all the way to the tippy top. And pretty soon we're going to see, there it is, shiny, sparkly leaves and confetti. This type of hidden Korok gives you a hint of where they are. To get onto this little steeple here, and oops, sometimes surfaces are very hard to get on. This little spire, for instance, is very difficult to climb up. There we go. We just have to find the right place and see where it says A, examine. There's the Korok. Yahaha! You found me! Huh, you're not Hestu? But you can see me? I didn't know your kind could see the children of the forest. Well, if you run into Hestu, please return this to him. A Korok seed. This small seed was given to you by a Korok. It has a distinct smell. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what may happen. I got to read that again. A Korok seed. This small seed was given to you by a Korok. It has a distinct smell. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what may happen. Oh, and my friends are hiding in lots of different places too. Don't be shy about poking your nose into suspicious places. So we need 899 more seeds to find all of the Koroks. From here, now that we have the paraglider, we don't actually have to worry about falling. Look over there. Do you see that ring of green in the lake? That's another hidden Korok. Anytime in a body of water that you see a ring like that, most likely there's a Korok hiding in the middle of it. We're going to find our next Korok. Did you notice I was actually able to use the paraglider? Okay. This type of Korok, we need to get above it and then jump in the middle of the circle. Look at the perfect dive Link does. Yahaha! You found me! A Korok seed. This small seed was given to you by a Korok. It has a distinct smell. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what may happen. Bye-bye! Notice this one didn't give us all of that extra conversation because we now know what Koroks are. That frog's going to get away from us. Let's head over here, and I want to show you something on the map now. If we scroll in far enough, look, we see the seeds we've recovered. There was our first one we found in the Temple of Time, and our second one that we found in the lake. Okay, there's two. I actually want to make sure that I show the map after each one from now on. So that when I piece all 900 together, I'll literally just cut like the puzzle. I might even like take my voice out of it and just have music and that's where I would show like 1, 2, 3 and do like a fast one of all 900. I wonder what that smell is when you find all 900. Oh, I know, right? Well, usually we don't keep all 900 in our pack, Mysterio. The first 441 go to Hestu for inventory. Okay. Let's see. Where's the next best one? Fine. Why is the game not connecting? Oh, I know why it's not connecting. The game is not connecting because this is not on my main account that's connected to, this game I'm playing on an account that's not connected to my Switch. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's why it's not showing me. Okay. It's not going to keep track of stuff then. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I didn't think about that. That's okay. I'll just look up on a website for the other ones where I need to find. Okay, we got those two. Let's 16. Darn it, it's not going to keep track of them. Shoot. Okay, can I mark them as complete? Can't. Darn it, I didn't think of that. I wondered why it was acting so weirdly. It's because this game is not, it's on a secondary user that's not tied to my Nintendo account. Okay, I'll just have to find something else. That's okay, we got those two. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that right? 1, 2. There's 15 Koroks on the plateau. Okay. let's head into the forest. Okay. There's the talus is also here. There's only just one talus on the Great Plateau. Maybe we go ahead and do the talus as part of this Korok video. And then in future videos, we'll do just the Koroks of a location and then just the monsters of the area. And then when I do all of the monsters and show where they are, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it because it's the only monster. I'm going to switch them together for the Great Plateau. Because I'm kind of doing, like I said, I'm going to have several versions of tutorials. And especially as I get further along, I'll be towards the end. Once I get all 900, I'm literally going to show all 900 Koroks in one. The same thing with the monsters, all 73 or whatever of the Hinox and Talus. So maybe we do the Koroks and the monsters together, at least on the Great Plateau. When we get to the next section, I'll have to look at if we want to worry about that. Oh, that's a bummer that it's not going to keep track. Huh. Oh, man, I didn't even think about that. Dagnabbit. I wonder if... Okay, I might have to see if I can get rid of one of the files on the account that's connected to my Nintendo. I'll have to go back and like play the game to this far, but it would, without filming stuff, it would probably only take me an hour at the most, maybe not even that long, to get all the Koroks, to get everything on the Great Plateau, to do the shrines and catch stuff. And I'm not so worried about my inventory completely matching up anymore. I was in the very beginning, but I'm not worried about it. So if the inventory was slightly different, I think I might do that. Okay. I'll have to at least make sure that like the weapons match, but that's easy to match. Especially we haven't really been looking at the weapons too much. Okay. The clothing should match. Okay, I have to think about that. Hey, Phil, oh, you're back. Nice. Did you have a good dinner? We started doing the Koroks, and I realized that I've been filming using an account that's not connected to my Nintendo account, and I pulled up my spaghetti. Oh, I love some spaghetti. I pulled up my Switch 2 app, my Zelda notes, and it's not following because this account isn't connected to my Nintendo account. So tomorrow I might go and, because I want it to be connected so I can literally track the quests and stuff. It'll be much easier. So I think tomorrow I'm going to go play through, or later today, not on a live stream. I'm going to play through on that account and see if I can get to the same point, and we'll start on Friday using a different account. I should be able to do that fairly quickly. I bet you it won't take very long to do that. Okay, let's keep going with the Koroks. There's only 13 more. We should be able to film that all today. Okay, let's see. Let's head to our next Korok. I happen to know there's several in the forest over this direction. Okay, let's head over here. We do want to make sure we watch out for more monsters. Okay. We also might be able to collect things. Keep an eye out for shiny spots. Okay, let's see where I'm going first. There's one. Yeah, see, because I can't even see where I am. Where am I? Okay. There's literally one. Right there in the middle of Forest of the Spirits. Okay. Okay, here we go. We want to keep looking around to make sure that monsters aren't going to jump out at us. There's a boar. That would give us some raw meat. We really don't have much raw meat. Let's go ahead and get a little stronger bow. Oh, he ran away from us. Too fast. Okay, I think I'm going to cut that out because I didn't get him. Let's come back up here and try and cut. Cut! Okay, oops. Where was I? I was about over here. Okay. Oh, there's another boar over there. There's a wild boar. That would give us some meat. You want to be very sneaky around boars. See how fast they run? Okay, that one ran away too. Oh my gosh, I wasn't fast enough. Dag nabbit. Okay, and now it's raining. Oh gee. Oh wait, it's raining yet it's sunny. Oh, that's gonna spoil. How come it says it's sunny but it's raining? Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to come back up here because now it's all raining. What the? It says sunny and it's raining. What the heck? What the heck? It said sunny but it's raining. Oh my gosh, this game cracks me up sometimes. Okay, let's try and come back over here. Let's try from here somewhere. Try and cut it in. Let's head to the forest and find our next Korok. As I mentioned, I know where they are, but you also can use tools to find them or just wander around in the game and look for suspicious places. Let's head this direction and see what we can find. Make sure to watch out for enemies. The wildlife won't hurt us. Oh, and there's something shiny. What is that? Another acorn. Let's take a look at this. Nope, nothing hiding here. I see a cook pot over there. We've got to keep our eyes out for any kind of suspicious place. What's over there? We see something shiny and we see a boar. I wonder if we can get this boar. You always want to do a headshot. As you see, hit an enemy's head with an arrow to perform a critical hit. That deals 2 times damage. And we got ourselves some meat. Raw meat. Meat obtained from animals in plains and forests. You can eat it raw, but cooking it will make it more delicious and nutritious. Boars are sometimes hard to get. It's best if you do a headshot. You also have to be very sneaky around them. What do we have? Why am I still climbing? What do we have here? A bird egg, a fresh bird egg necessary for making dishes such as omelets and crepes. You can snag them from birds' nests if you're sneaky. Nutritious and delicious, perfect for cooking. And another bird egg. Hey, Jess. Okay, where am I? Okay, it's literally to the left of me somewhere. Let's keep looking for the Korok. What do we have up here? This is a very interesting looking rock formation. And we have a rock on top of it. Surprise! Yahaha! You found me! And we got another Korok seed. Bye-bye! Now, I like to be nice and not drop the rock on the Korok's head. Sometimes Koroks hide under rocks. That is another method of their hiding. Let's take a look at our map to see where this one is located. He's right in the Forest of Spirits. Okay, then there's another one. Oh, right in the log. Okay. Wait. Oh, I need to go kind of to the left. Okay. Let's head to the next one. I happen to once again know it's in this direction. Boy, there's all kinds of boars around here, aren't there? What do we have here? I see a flower. That looks very curious. And another tree branch. We don't need a tree branch. Flowers. Where did it go? It moved. You guessed it. Traveling flowers is another way Koroks hide. Sometimes these are tricky to follow the flowers. We have to wait for the next one to appear. That one is white because we found the Korok. Yahaha, you found me. We got another Korok seed. Oh, bye-bye. And let's look at the map to see where this one is. Yay, we found our next Korok seed. Okay, let me see where the next one is. Okay, there's actually one over there. Okay, there's one. The TLOZ is to the left. Okay, I think we're going to get that last. I'm trying to think when I want to do the TLOZ. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the right, and there's one near that lake. Okay. Let's head towards our next Korok. I believe there's one over this direction. More things to collect. Another stamella shroom. And make sure that we watch out for monsters. A Hylian shroom. And some arrows. If we needed to cook, we could use this cook fire, but we'd have to actually get the fire started. And that's not a fire, it's a cook pot. We could use this cook pot if we needed to cook something, but we'd have to start the fire. A traveler's bow. I don't think we need another traveler's bow at this point, but we'll take the arrows. And we don't need another torch. More torches. Okay, I happen to know the next Korok is over here. Sometimes Koroks hide. Sometimes Koroks hide under a pile of leaves. Now, I don't think we have anything in our inventory currently that could help us set fire to the leaves. Yet, if we equip a sword, we can get rid of the leaves as well. Yahaha! You found me! And we got another Korok seed. Bye-bye! This time the Korok was hiding under a rock, under a pile of leaves. They're very sneaky, and this is where we found it. Okay, I'm pausing on purpose so that I can cut these all together. Hopefully it'll be a little smoother when I cut them together. Okay, there's two over by the ponds. One by that little pond and one by the bigger pond. Okay. Let's head to our next Korok seed. another acorn. And the boars. You see how quickly they run away from us? Boars do not like us. This is a different type of water, and we want to be very careful around this water. We can't swim in this muddy goop. Not good. I see something strange over here. That looks like an iron chain. Do you remember what helps us move anything that's metal? We switch to that magnesis, and look at that. There's a ball under the water. Luckily, magnesis still works through the slimy water. Okay, we have to get it in. Oops. Yahaha! You found me! We got another Korok seed. Bye-bye. That's right. Some puzzles you have to almost play basketball. And usually on those puzzles you use magnesis. I happen to see a couple of treasure chests over here. But how might we get to them? That's too far to jump. I wonder if there's anything that can help us. If I think back to our earlier tutorial, actually when we were outside the Magnesis Shrine, I remember there being some metallic things in this lake. And look at that. I bet that would help us. There's also more treasure chests here. Let's pull this out, and we'll take that. But while we're here, let's go ahead and pull out these treasure chests and find out what is in them. There's treasure chests all over Hyrule. An opal, a valuable ore that gives off a mesmerizing iridescence similar to the inside of a seashell. It contains the power of water. And let's come over here to get this treasure chest. Treasure chests usually have items that help us in the game. Amber, a fossilized resin with a caramel-esque sheen to it. It's been valued as a component in decorations and crafting since ancient times. Okay, let's go back over here and take this little bridge and see if we can use it to get to the treasure chests in the muddy water that we can't swim in. We do walk a little slower when we're carrying something heavy, but I guess that makes sense. Link is very strong, isn't he? Okay, we have to line this up to make sure it's on the platform, but then also on there. And there we go. We have ourselves a bridge. Open this treasure chest and ice arrow, a bundle of 5 ice arrows. Ice arrows break apart on impact, freezing objects in the immediate area. Incredibly effective against hot things. I think we'll save those for a specific type of enemy in hot areas. We'll learn more about elemental arrows and how they are best used in future tutorials. And fire arrows, a bundle of 5 fire arrows. Fire arrows break apart on impact, lighting objects in the immediate area. Incredibly effective against cold things. We now have 3 different types of arrows. A regular arrow, a fire arrow, and an ice arrow. Okay, let's go back down the path and head towards our next Korok. I gotta figure out where it is. Okay. Wait, we are... Oh, I forgot to mark where we were. Okay. It's actually behind us. Okay. Let's head to our next Korok. This looks suspicious. A rock hiding over here? Yahaha! You found me! Bye-bye. Okay, hopefully I can piece these all together. Oh, we need to look on the map and see. Let's take a look at our map now. We found one Korok seed there and one there, and it shows the ones we found earlier. You don't see them when you scroll out. You have to make sure you're scrolled in to actually see the Korok seeds. Okay, let's see the next one. We're going to head right by the TLOZ. Okay. I think we're going to get the TLOZ while we get it. Okay. Let's head to our next seed. I believe it's off in this direction. We're going to head back through the forest. While we're at it, we can look for more things to collect. Keep out an eye for shiny, sparkling areas. That indicates there's something to collect. Oh, there's a bokoblin over there. Let's avoid him. We passed the last Korok we found. There he is, just sitting there, hanging out. Then go through here. And we have to walk all over Hyrule to find all of the Koroks. There's something shiny. Oh, let's let the boar go past. And we keep going. That's the fun of this game, at least for me. I love walking around and exploring all over the game. Another Hylian shroom. Okay, where am I? I am... Oh, I'm to the right. Did I get all of them? Oh, am I missing one? I am. 1, 2, no, I'm not. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm not missing one. Oh, he's over that direction. Okay. Oh, I need to go that way. Okay. And another Hylian shroom. We don't need that tree branch. One of my favorite things to do is run around and explore Hyrule. Let's head this direction. I think the Korok's over this way. What is that pile of rocks there? Oh, there's several things to collect in this area. What is going on? We have our first monster, a stone talus. Now you have to be very careful as these guys will throw their arms at you. Luckily, you can climb up on top of them. It's best if you try and get on their back and climb to the top of them. The best weapons are big two-handed clubs. We have this iron sledgehammer. That will work against here. We do something I like to call spin to win. And we just spin, and we got him. Oh, now we have some skelly bobbies coming after us. Let's switch weapons again before we collect all of our loot. Let's use our spear to get these little bobbies. Remember, the skelly bobbies come out at night. They take 2 hits, 1 to knock them down and 1 to their heads. In that case, we weren't quick enough to catch them. And let's pick up all of our loot. Notice the stone talus gave us all kinds of gems. Many ambers, rubies, and opals. A stone talus is a mini boss. A new weapon. A boko spear. A spear haphazardly carved from a large tree branch. It looks like its original intent was for skewering meat and cooking it, but it does have some combat merit as well. Our inventory is full, and let's take a look. At this point, I don't think we need this weapon, so we're going to leave it here. Let's collect the rest of our loot, and then we'll move on to find our next Korok. And there's some more shrooms. We've now conquered our first little mini boss. There's something shiny. Blue nightshade, a plant that glows in quieter areas of Hyrule at night. It gives off a soft glow. Oh, I gotta read that again. Blue nightshade, a plant that grows in quieter areas of Hyrule. At night, it gives off a soft glow. Cook with it to increase your stealth. Okay, where am I? Hopefully I'll be able to piece this together. I think it'll be fine. Okay, the next one is over there. Okay. Let's keep moving towards our next Korok. I believe it's over here somewhere. Oh, we have a camp of bobbies over there. Let's avoid them at this point. Oh, it's past that. Okay. Remember to keep an eye out for unusual looking places as well as shiny things to do more collecting. Something new. Hyrule herb. This healthy herb grows abundantly in the plains of Hyrule. Cook it before eating to increase the number of hearts it restores. I like finding new materials. Again, in a future tutorial, we're going to cover all types of cooking and the different effects that you can get using different types of materials. Okay, I need to stop. Where am I? It is, oh, I bet you it's up on, okay. Now here we have some mountains. Sometimes Koroks like to hide up on high places. I don't think we can climb that high yet with our limited stamina. Let's go over here a little further and see. It looks like we have better options. Oh, we have to watch out for a monster camp over there. I always like to look for places in mountains that have varying levels and little places to catch your stamina back up. There's very high mountains at times, and we just don't have enough stamina. Sometimes you can find a place to, even when Link is still climbing, if you hit the B, it makes him stand up, and you can almost trick your stamina into regenerating, or find a nice flat place and it continues to grow. And we go piece by piece up the mountain. That looks interesting. Once again, remember the Korok told us to look for suspicious places. We're going to come over here, and we're going to have to jump over here to get up on this little outcropping. And here is yet another type of Korok puzzle. What do we do here? With this puzzle, you always look for two parts. One is complete and one is not. And there's usually a metallic square that you have to fit in and match. Yahaha, you found me. And we got our next Korok seed. We now have 8 Korok seeds. Bye-bye. Let's see where this one is. We're up here on the mountains. We can see all of the Korok seeds we've gathered so far. Okay, let's see where the next one is. Oh, we have to head over 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. We have to head over. Oh, that's right. Oh, shoot, we have to get the one that's under the river. Oh, I hate that one. I hate that one. Oh, yikes. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to go a little bit longer because I want to get the rest of these Koroks today, because now I see I need to actually replay the whole game up to this point on an account that's attached to Nintendo. So I'm going to be back in just a few moments here. I need to take a quick break. I will be back right back, and we're going to keep filming. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just needed a quick break there. And let's see. Okay, why is this so far away? Okay. Okay, oops. My controller. Okay, we need to go. Okay. There's 2 over there. And then 2 over there. Okay, let's go ahead. 1 is there and 1 is there. Okay. Let's head to our next Korok. I know that the next 2 Korok, okay. Yeah. Let's head to our next Korok. I happen to know that the next two Koroks are actually over in this area. So I'm going to quick travel to the K-Nemut shrine. We still have our warm doublet on, so we're fine in the cooler temperature. Okay, let's head to the two Koroks. I know one is over in this direction. Sometimes Koroks are in tricky places to get to. Is it over there? It is. I think that it's this ice thing. That ice section looks very interesting. Remember, the Korok told us to look for something suspicious. I wonder how we can burn this. Remember, we did just receive some fire arrows. If we switch arrows, look at that. It's melting the icicle. Looks like we need another one. And maybe one more. I wonder if we can break the last part with the sword. Nope, we're going to have to use another. And there's more of the sparkly leaves. Yahaha, you found me. And we got another Korok seed. Now we have 9. Bye-bye. Let's check our map. And we're right here. Okay, let's keep going to the next one. Now, remember, we have our paraglider. We can use it to jump down from high places. This next Korok is a difficult Korok, but it looks like we have to deal with some keys first. And some more skelly bobbies. Oops, he hit us. Luckily, these skelly bobbies aren't that strong. Let's gather all of our loot. What do we have coming this way? That looks like something new. That is an ice keys. Ice key swing, a rare ice key swing. Its frozen surface gleams attractively, but its usefulness isn't readily apparent. You have to be very careful of the elemental keys, as an ice keys can actually freeze you. This Korok is actually one of the most difficult ones, in my opinion, to get. It's underneath this pier here. Now, this is the type of water that we cannot swim in. The best bet is to use Cryonis and try and get close enough to it to examine. So I'm going to try and do a Cryonis block right here. Okay, we're going to jump to it. Okay. I'm going to jump to it. Oops, okay. I want to, oh my gosh, okay. We're going to jump onto it. Okay, we don't want to climb up. Darn it. I can't get it. Oops, and now we fell underneath. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is hard. Oh, this one's going to be hard to stream through. Okay, we might have to go cut. I know, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see. We were standing about right here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try. Okay. We're going to try and get a block close enough to the pier. Oops. Oh my gosh. Okay. This one is so hard. Okay. Okay, let's walk from over this area because I might need to change some of the talking. I want to get over here and do a Cryonis block as close as we can get. Now it's kind of tricky. We want to actually be on the side of the block. So we're going to come to the edge and climb down and try and get close enough. We're not close enough. Okay. We need to be close enough to be able to examine it. Okay, we have to do it on the other side. Okay, never mind. Okay, here we go. Let's try again from this direction. So we're walking over this way. This one is tricky, and we want to get a block right here. So we want to try and get close to, as close as possible, to under the bridge. So we have to find the exact right place. There we go. And we want to jump up. We want to actually climb down the side. So we need to get close enough to the edge and watch for there, where it says A, climb down. We actually want to be on this side. It's kind of tricky sometimes to get to the right place. This Korok is very tricky. Why is it not giving me the climb down? I'm going to have to edit this. Oh my gosh, okay. I think it's actually too close. There we go. Okay, what if we do this and get down further? Okay, there we go. Nope, we can't do it. Okay, we got to cut. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is going to be hard to film too. This Korok is very tricky. You need to get a Cryonis block close to the pier. And then you're, oh my gosh, seriously? Cancel, okay, load. Okay. Let's just cancel, okay. Oh my gosh. This one, I usually wait till I have like a lot more hearts. I really usually wait till I have a lot more hearts. And I just like forfeit hearts on this one. Okay. We want to come over this direction. And we want to get a Cryonis block as close as possible. Now we're going to want to climb down the side. And we need to get over close to the Korok, not touching the water. Why is it not letting me, yeah, but I want it, Katie, I want to do all of them in the same, it's not letting me examine it. Why is that? Why is it not letting me examine it? Oh, that's interesting. Why is it not letting me examine it? Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. The other side. Yeah, I might have to try the other side again. Look at that. It's not letting me. Why is it not? No! Okay. Okay, let's break that and film again. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we want to try and get a Cryonis block as close as we can here. Find the right place to put it. And we fell off again. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one is so stinking tricky. Again, this one's going to be hard to cut together. I'll figure out a way to cut it together. Hopefully I can figure it out from here. Let's put a block just a little to the side. You want to come over and climb down the side. That did not work. Oh my gosh. Seriously, dude. Oh. Oh, and it has the X in. I don't want the X in there. Okay. Dang it. Oh my gosh. Load. Okay, we're going to come all the way back over here. And load all the way back from over here. We're going to redo it way from over here. And then I got to make sure I find a really good place to like freeze. And here, we no longer have to fear such big heights as we have our paraglider, and we can simply fly down. Head to our next. Here we have some geese. We've seen geese before. Also more skelly bobbies. This happens quite often at night where you'll get more than one monster at a time. That bobby hit me with an arrow. Before collecting loot, you want to make sure you're out of danger. What is this? That is an ice keys. You need to be very careful around ice keys as they can freeze you. We received an ice key swing, a rare ice key swing. Its frozen surface gleams attractively, but its usefulness isn't readily apparent. Let's go back and collect the rest of our loot from all of the monsters. We got more bokoblin fangs, a horn, key side bowl, and key swings. We don't need the arms. Now this particular Korok is very tricky. You'll notice it's underneath the pier. How might we get to it? We don't do that. Dang it. Oh my gosh. Oh. But now I'm going to have the darn X again. Shoot. Oh, it's going to bring me back here. Okay. But now I have the X. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, can I load from let's load from there and see if that works. Okay. Because I don't want the X in it to show I died. Oh my gosh, this one's going to take some time. Okay, no X, good. Okay. You can see the Korok right there is the shiny leaves and confetti, but it's very hard to get to. You can't really climb down into this water. Remember, this water freezes you. So we're going to use Cryonis and try and get a block very close to it. Let's get just to the side of it. Climb on the block, and we want to climb down this side. We want to get below the pier and try and go sideways and not fall. Oh my gosh. Dagnabbit. How the heck am I going to do this one? I know you can get to it. It's just really tricky. It's just really tricky. Okay, now we have the... Okay, it's really tricky. 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 Okay, no X. Do we have the... Yes, okay, perfect. Okay. Here. We see the Korok right there, but he's under the bridge. And this is ice water. We can't swim in this water. This is one of the more tricky Koroks to get. We're going to try and get one just a little to the side of him. Right here. Come up, and then we want to climb down the side. We need to get close enough to trigger him. And that didn't work. Oh, okay. I'm going to try the other side again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, usually, because this one's so hard, I usually wait till I've got a lot more hearts. Okay. We see the Korok right there, but he's under the bridge in this freezing water. We're going to use a Cryonis block and just try and get it a little to the side of the Korok and climb down the side. We just need to get close enough to activate the Examine. Okay, and that didn't work. We see the Korok right here on the side. We just need to get close enough to him to trigger the Examine. We're going to try and get a Cryonis block as close as we can to the pier and climb down the side here. We have to get low enough. You don't want to climb on the bottom of the pier. We're now on the pier. He's broken! Oh my gosh! The Korok is literally broken. Okay, what is going on? Why can't I get him? Okay, this should trigger him. I think he's literally broken. Why is it not working, guys? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is crazy. This should trigger him. Why is this not triggering him? And oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong, guys? Okay. I wonder, oh, I'm going to try something. We can see him right there, but he's under the bridge, and this is the really cold ice water. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. I was going to try and see if I fall in, trigger it, and then warp immediately out of it. Okay, sometimes that works. Okay. Anyone have any suggestions? I don't know why he's not triggering. He really should trigger. He absolutely should trigger. We can see the Korok right there. There's the shiny confetti and leaves, but he's under the bridge in icy water. You can't really swim very long in this water. Okay. No, I'm trying to get close enough that... Oh my gosh! This is crazy. This is just absolutely crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, did someone buy a subscription today? Someone bought a subscription today. When did they buy a subscription? It didn't even let me know that somebody bought a subscription. Oh, thank you whoever resubscribed. Oh my goodness, I just noticed that. It didn't let me know. Okay, here we go. We're going to try one more thing again. We can see the Korok right there. There's the shiny confetti leaves, but he's under a bridge and in the icy cold water. Okay, that didn't work either. Okay. Maybe if we swim. I swear he's broken. He's not letting me get him. You know, I wonder if we just show where the Korok is and maybe come back later when we have more hearts, but no. We've got to get him. Okay. We see the Korok right there. There's the shiny confetti and leaves. But he's in a very difficult spot. He's under the bridge. And it's the icy cold water that we can't swim in. Unfortunately, we can't get a Cryonis right under the bridge. We're going to try right over here. See if we can get one very close to him. You have to find just the right place to be able to trigger the Cryonis block. Okay, let's climb down and try and get around this side. Okay, nope. I don't know why. Oh, you have to be right under there. Yeah. But I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, I think that's why I usually wait till I have like all my hearts and I just swim. I just go for it. Oh, and I only have 2 hearts right now because the monsters. We can see the Korok right there. There's the shiny confetti. Unfortunately, this one is under the pier and he's over the freezing water that we can't swim in. So we're going to use Cryonis and try and get a block right next to him. Come up here. We're going to climb down the side of the block. We need to get just right at water level. We want to make sure we're not too close or we're going to lose more hearts. We just have to trigger. We have to get close enough to trigger. Oh, use a log? Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. We got to use a log. Okay. Do we use a log? But we can't, oh, did you cut a log down? Because we can't use that log. That log is stuck. Oh! I remember how I did it. Duh! Okay. We see the Korok right there. There's the shiny confetti. But he's under the bridge and over freezing cold water. Luckily for us, there is a nice little door right here. But we're not going to use it as a door. I'm going to put it down so we can jump. We're going to use this convenient log and try and get this door as close to the Korok as we can. Hard to get it exactly right. We need to get it right under the bridge. Let's see if that's close enough. We can get right on this door. And there we go. Yahaha! You found me! We got another Korok seed. That's number 10. Bye-bye. We want to be careful getting back up and make sure we don't fall into the water. And let's check. And there's our Korok seed. Oh my gosh. Duh. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to piece that one together. Wow. That was so easy after all that. I'm like, why is this not working? Okay. We have 5 more to go. And then we'll call it a day. Oh my gosh, this is going to be hard to piece this all through. Okay. Let's head to the next one. It's actually up here over on these mountains. We're going to travel through this snow. And that is some cold water right there. We don't even want to touch it or we'll freeze. We're going to head up the mountains here to get the next Korok. There's a total of 15 koroks on the Great Plateau, and we have 10 so far. So we have 5 more to find today. We just need to look for more suspicious things. So far we've seen several different ways the koroks hide. They hide under rocks. They hide in tall places, in low places. They have puzzles for you to solve. And even sometimes they hide in ice cubes. We also saw where we almost had to play basketball with a metal ball into a tree stump. Several different ways to find koroks. And here we have another puzzle. Bye, Hope. We'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day. I'm out of coffee. It's okay, I've got water. I've got water. Okay. Here we go. This is a stone circle. Sometimes they actually have different patterns with the stones, but you'll notice there's a hole right here. We need to complete the circle. Nana's Nuggets of Knowledge. When you find a korok stone circle, if you head out directly from the missing stone, you'll find a stone nearby in that direction. We're going to pick up the stone, and we just need to get it close to fill the pattern. Yahaha! You found me! And we received our 11th korok seed. Bye-bye! And this one is right here, next to Mount Hylia. Okay, and then there's 2 on the edge. Oh, I remember we have to go 12, 13. Okay, let's go ahead and get those 2. Let's head to the next one. The next 2 are very close together, and they're near the edge. We actually have to be very careful. We don't want to fall all the way down off the plateau, although now we do have the paraglider. But if you get these koroks before you have the paraglider, you have to be very careful. You want to climb down from a location such as this. Now, because I have the paraglider, I can simply jump down. But if you don't have the paraglider, you want to make sure and find a good place to jump down. Because what happens when we jump from a high location? That's right, fall damage. And I am not in the right place. Oh, they're way on the other end. Okay, let's go back up here and start from here again. Where's the korok? Where is he? He's right over here. Okay. Let's start from him again. Hi, Mr. Korok. And let's head to the next one. We're heading towards actually 2 koroks that are very close together. They're on the edge of the Great Plateau. If you collect them after you get the paraglider, it's not quite as perilous, but you want to be careful if you collect these particular koroks before you get the paraglider, because you don't want to fall all the way off of the Great Plateau. But luckily, we already have the paraglider, so it's not as perilous. for us. We want to find the right place to go down over here. Okay. And I'm going to jump down. Now I have the paraglider, so it's okay for me to jump down. If you don't have the paraglider, you just need to be very, very careful and climb down one of these towers. This is yet another Korok puzzle. We can't move this. We need to use stasis. We want to get to a place where we can actually hit this piece. We're going to stasis it. We also want to make sure we have a good weapon. I'm going to equip this iron sledgehammer, and we want to stop time, and then we want to hit this, and we want to hit it a pretty good amount so that it travels away from us. And there it goes. Whoa, I hope it didn't land on anyone. All the way over there. And he's hiding under a rock. Yahaha, you found me. And we got our 12th Korok seed. Bye-bye. So this one was under a rock, under a little steel sheet that we had to use stasis on. Okay, where's the next one? Which one am I on? Okay, that one. The other one is further down here. Okay. The next one is even further along this ridge. Once again, you want to be very careful if you don't have the paraglider yet. And he's simply hiding under a rock. Yahaha, you found me. And we have our 13th Korok seed. Bye-bye. These two were very close to each other right here. Okay, 2 more. Okay, the other one is, one's over by the Eastern Abbey and one is up here. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's on the old man's cabin. I happen to know where the last 2 seeds on the Great Plateau are. I'm going to fast travel to the Owadime Shrine because one of the Koroks is on top of the old man's cabin. If you haven't received your paraglider yet, you want to make sure you be very careful and climb down to each of the stepstones. Since I have my paraglider, I can simply fly down to the old man's cabin. You do want to watch your stamina when you're flying, because just like climbing, flying with your paraglider uses stamina. And there we have the confetti and leaves. And we just want to find the right place where we get the examine trigger. Yahaha, you found me. And that is our 14th Korok seed. Bye-bye. The last one is over. We're going to fast travel because it's over in the Eastern Abbey, near the Jabai Shrine. If you take a look at the loading screen, remember before we had 4 spirit orbs, but because we traded them for a stamina wheel, now we have 0. In addition, a new thing has shown up showing us how many Korok seeds we have. We have 14. Okay, and this one is right behind him. I think it's on the edge. Okay. And the last Korok on the Great Plateau is over here. once again, it's kind of off of the edge. However, this time we don't need to use stasis. We can simply use magnesis because luckily this is just a metal door. And again, he's hiding under a stone. Yahaha! You found me! That is our 15th Korok seed. Bye-bye! Those are all of the Korok seeds on the Great Plateau. There's the last one. We have received 15 Korok seeds, and we did 1 talus. If you remember, we did a talus over here. We conquered the talus. That's all for today. Join me next time, and we're going to continue the story, and we're going to actually leave the Great Plateau. For now, so long. Okay, yay! We did it. We did it, we did it, we did it. Okay, I think I need to, I'm going to have to, actually, do you guys want, if you want to hang out a little bit longer, I need to redo this whole, up to this point. I don't have to film it, but I need to replay the game on my Nintendo account so that I can track it. False alarm. Yeah, I just dawned on it. Do you guys, I mean, if you guys want to hang out longer, you guys want me to keep going and play? I don't think it'll take that long to play through on another account because I'm not filming. I'm just going to play through. Sure? Okay. Because, yeah, I want it to be able to track on my, on this, and it doesn't track unless it's, okay, let's go ahead and save this just in case we decide to come back here. You can stay? Okay, sure, why not? Okay, if you guys want to hang out with me, we're going to do this. We're going to switch to the count. I'm going to figure out, I think I can get rid of, because luckily my true 100% that we're tracking is on a different account as well. So we need to play. See, I use 4 accounts. My true 100% is on Garfield. I've been using Speed Drum for this, but we need to use Drum Lady, which is actually my Nintendo account. So we need, first we need to play in normal mode. Okay. And we're going to skip through as fast as possible and just try and play. Okay. New game. Okay, which one? Oh, we've been using this for speed running. We can use Great Plateau Tower. I'm pretty sure we used this for, let's check on what this is. Oh no, we're just going to do it. You have 2 accounts, only 1. Yeah, see, I have 4, and well, 1 you saw was my daughter's from a long time ago. Now she doesn't use it anymore because that was from literally when you know, she would come visit me when I was in Northern California and she'd play. Okay, we're just going to get rid of, okay, I'm going to actually, yeah, that is the Great Plateau Tower. I'm pretty sure that, hang on, we're going to see and make sure. I don't think I need this one. Great Plateau Tower. How many hearts? Does it show me how many hearts? Okay, yeah, yes, we were, yeah, I'm in my skivvies. Okay, we were using this to speed run. Okay, we're going to use, if we get back to speed running, I'll use a different account for speed running. We'll use the speed drum, that'll work. Okay, we're going to skip through as much as possible, and I'm not recording, we just have to kind of get through the game, do all the shrines. It won't take me long. I just got to collect, I want to have my inventory similar, and I need to get all the Koroks, of course, so, but it should be pretty quick. I'll skip as soon as I can skip. And yeah, you guys can just hang out with me. Can hang out with me while I do this. Because yeah, I want to be able to track on Zelda Notes, and I didn't realize it wasn't going to track on Zelda Notes because it was a non-Nintendo account. So we can't skip through some of this. As soon as I can skip through, I'll skip through. Okay, now I can skip. We've seen this 100 times. Okay, we're going to go here and say open. So we're doing a speedish run. Oh, a speedish run. It shouldn't take too long. Okay. Take it. Take it. We do have to make sure we get the warm doublet, but that's okay. Okay. I have to kill at least one boar because we had a couple pieces of meat. I got to get the stone talus and I got to get the koroks. But I can get them as we go. Yeah, I can get them as we go because I'm not filming. Okay, that'll work. Okay, we need this. Okay. And we need this. Okay. And let's put those on. Speed. And we need this. Okay, let's see how fast we can do this. This is 12:46. Let's see how fast we can do this. I'll breeze through it. Yeah, I think I'll get through pretty quick. I gotta think back a little bit more. I think I'll get through pretty quick. Because I know how to do all the shrines. I want to get a couple bobbies. I want to kind of collect stuff as I go. You are the light. Our light. Okay. Okay. My inventory doesn't have to match exactly. It just needs to be kind of close so when you flip through. We haven't really paid too much attention to my inventory yet. But I don't want it completely mismatched. So let's see. Let's go through. Do this. Okay. Now we have to do the beginning. Yay. And we can skip through the conversation. Okay, hopefully I can find a pigeon. Okay. Oh man. See how fast we can breeze through this. You love this part. I know, right? It's so cool. Okay. This. And this. And get these. Okay. I want to try and get, if I see beetles, I'll try and get a couple beetles. So I think I have a couple beetles, don't I? Okay. Let's see how far we get, because I am getting a little hungry, but we'll get as far as we can get, and then I can always finish this before, or we can even finish it on Friday morning before we start filming the next one. Okay. Okay, and get his axe. Okay. And I think I got like the acorns and stuff here. Oh, and I think I got this, Bobby. Pretty sure I got the acorns, yeah. Okay, and get the stuff from him. Okay, like I said, it doesn't matter if I have exactly the same stuff. I just need to have similar. Okay, I need to make sure and get the guardians. that I got before. Okay. Link! Link! Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, it might take a while because I remember it was taking me about 30 minutes on to get the speed run. So I think I have juice, don't I? I'm gonna get a couple of these guys. Let's get some arrows. Okay. Okay, let's farm some arrows because I had a bunch of arrows. Oh, I forgot to get the Koroks. That's okay. We can get them later. Okay, come on. Start shooting arrows at me. There we go. Come on. Give me arrows. Luckily, these guys are a really bad shot. Okay. Arrows. Okay. Arrow. Still getting them. Boopity boop. Yeah, maybe. Oops. That's okay. Yeah, I'll go a little bit longer, and then yeah, I think that's what we'll do is we're going to on Friday we'll finish this before I start filming. Okay. Before I start filming, we'll finish this. And catch up because yeah, I want it to, especially for the Koroks, it's not so bad on. Oops, we've got a cricket. That's okay. Not so bad on. Okay, I don't think these guys were here when I came out. Okay, so I want. Oh, I want to get rid of these guys, don't I? Because oh shoot, I just got a restless cricket for the first time. Oh dang, and I forgot to read it. Oh no. I messed up. We have a restless cricket. Dagnabbit. I don't think we have a restless. Did we get a restless cricket yet? I don't think we did. Okay. If not, then at some point I'm going to have to film. I don't think so. Dagnabbit, you know what? Okay. Shoot. And I didn't read it. Okay. You know what? Because it's I need to get some lunch. Okay, we're gonna start over on Friday. Or if I have time before Friday, I'm going to replay this again and take my time. If not, then Friday, instead of filming, we'll play through this and try and get to as close. Okay. Yeah, I need to be a little more careful and try and get only what I have in the other one, especially pieces, because I need to, eventually I want to have one thing of every single piece of inventory that I read. So it has to semi match up. Dagnabbit. What a pain. Okay. I wonder if I can can you have 2 accounts tied to Nintendo? Wonder if I can have like one paid account and one non-paid account. Does that make sense? Because it'd be easier if I just tied that other one to Nintendo. I'm going to have to research that and see if I can have 2 accounts tied to Nintendo. That'd be easier. If not, we're going to have to... Okay, so I have some work to do before Friday. That's okay. We at least got the Koroks all filmed and the TLOZ. So I really need to work on editing tomorrow on my day off. I might do a Pocopia Live. We'll see. We'll see how much editing I get done today and tomorrow morning. I have to edit at 5 and 6. I really need to catch up on the editing. I need to make sure I stay on top of the editing so that, especially the further on I get, to make sure it's fresh in my mind right before the next episode, what I'm filming. I want to make sure and keep up with that. So anyways, okay, I'll figure out what I'm doing before Friday. And I need to not rush into it. What a pain. What a pain. I didn't even think of that in the beginning. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So for now, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Watch for, hopefully by tomorrow, we'll get number 5 uploaded. And then before Friday, maybe on Thursday, we'll get the Korok one, number 6 uploaded. I don't know if I want to call it, should I call it number 6, the Korok, or should I call it Korok's number 1? I'll have to think about that too, because it's not part of the story. I want to think about my episode numbering as well. If I keep it in the episode numbering, I think I do want to keep it in there. Because especially this one, because I want them to watch it in order, because we got more stuff in here. Okay, so I do. Sorry, I'm like using you guys as a sounding board. Anyways, I'm gonna say so long. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I might see you tomorrow. Maybe it's like a very low maybe, but definitely on Thursday, as long as something doesn't come up. So anyways, guys, thank you again so much for hanging out with me. I'll figure out Korok Seed. Yeah, I was thinking about Korok Seed Part 1, Jess. The problem is this particular Korok one, I want to make sure people watch in order. So that for the future episodes, we have Korok. So this one I'm going to call episode 6, but then maybe in parentheses, Korok Seed Part 1. That's what it is. So it'll be a dual one. So anyways, guys, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.